Oh man, welcome. Yeah, I have not done a live stream, I guess, in quite some time. Um, I've done beer mail unboxings, all that kind of stuff, just kind of like popping on to talk about random stuff. It's been a bit. It's been a bit, so I figured I'd do it. I had some time. My wife gave me the evening off for today. And it always says my connection is unstable. I don't understand why it does that on here. Because I should have yeah, I have like 300, 400 down. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about it. Welcome to an impromptu live hang where I'm just going to spout randomness into the internet because I got nothing better to do. What the 6th of April, and it's been an amazing winter in general. Just hangs with the kids and just doing the funnest shit imaginable with my kid. Like, I know anytime I pop on these things, I talk about Micah and how he's going and what's going on with him and all that kind of fun stuff. And honestly, the dude is just the coolest dude in the universe. Every weekend, it seems like I spend more and more time with him. Not that I didn't spend time with him before, but now that he's, for the lack of a better term, interesting and likes to do stuff, it's just been exponentially more and more. Like yesterday, we spent probably all morning and afternoon together, in the evening, really. But just me and him solo. We went out and about. We went grocery shopping, did a bunch of stuff, did a bunch of randomness. Ooh, I just remembered I promised my wife I'd fix something for him this week, and I didn't do that. So sorry, babe. And he's just the coolest kid ever. And today was just absolutely bonkers fun. He has a couple friends through mommy and me groups my wife joined in school and stuff like that. One of his friends, Frankie, he had like some kind of equine therapy thing, but after that they were going to go bowling. So they were like, hey, you guys want to go bowling? We're like, hell yeah. And that their therapy got canceled. We went earlier than we typically would. And it's the first time taking Micah bowling. And that dude is a red hot maniac, man. We went to the bowling alley. He was just like everything he does. He's super timid whenever he does something new. He just needs to figure it out. He understands why he's doing what he's doing. Very inquisitive kid, very intelligent, super hyper intelligent, actually. He just turned 4. He can count to 50. He can write his name. He can write a bunch of words and color in between the lines. Dude, I don't know if that's normal for a 4-year-old, but to me, it's amazing. And we took him bowling. I mean, you take kids bowling. It's not like you just go bowling. Put up the bumpers and you get that big, huge rolling thing. You put the bowling ball on it and it rolls down. And, kids, a little easier for the kids. And the first time he went and he used that thing and he was just like, I don't know, hold the ball. I don't know. The ball's heavy. I don't know what to do kind of thing. And we did it for an hour. And by 40 minutes in, after that, he would just run over, grab a ball, throw it down in that thing, push it, turn around, throw his hands up in the air. It's like nothing. He could have, if we didn't have Frankie with us, not that Frankie can't do these things either, but Frankie is used to using that apparatus to roll the ball. I would have just kicked it off the side and be like, okay, let's do some real ball, and had him do the whole granny thing between his legs. He would have totally been cool with that. So introduce him to actual bowling was a blast. We went to in the same bowling alley, an arcade in it. So I introduced him to skee ball and air hockey. It takes everything in my power not to destroy him and just humiliate him in all these games, just because I want to win. But he was really good again. Skee ball is hard because it's an underhand throw. You have to throw it real hard, so you have a hard time kind of getting that. But I understand, so we had fun doing that. But air hockey, I can't believe the dude was like, I could beat him if I wanted to. Again, I'm not taking pride in lambasting a 4-year-old when it comes to air hockey, but he was good. He was good. Left there, went and had some lunch. He asked for jelly bean pizza. The pizzeria didn't have jelly bean pizzas, so he got regular pizza. I got a mediocre chicken parm. Banging garlic nuts, though. But yeah, I was just hanging with that kid, man. Like I said, his birthday was St. Patrick's Day, so just a bit over a couple weeks ago, and he's just super cool, man. Super cool. And honestly, it's like I've kind of changed my life. Like I am a exponentially positive person. Like I'm always like constantly like, oh, I'm happy about this, I'm happy about this. But it's been a while since I've really contemplated my future and trying to exist as long as I possibly can. And he's made me do that, man. Like trying to change, changed my my idea of everything, and moving forward. Yeah, Andrew chiming in. This is actually something I should talk about. Are you still doing a yearly birthday old stock review? I haven't the past 2 years because I gave away all my beer at one point. I did a kind of reset, and I was like, screw it, I'm giving away all my beer, and I gave away everything I owned, which I shouldn't have done. But I still want to do it. So I'm actually in the hunt right now for a case of 2021 old stock to pick it back up. So I'm not going to do it every single year. Maybe we'll do it every 5 years moving forward. I still want to do that when he gets older. But yeah, at one point I was just like, I just kind of want to just get away from beer for a bit. This is a couple of years ago, actually. And actually two and a half years ago, essentially, because it was right before Christmas time. And I took like a couple months off from reviews, took a couple months off from beer. And so I kind of gave that stuff away. And now I don't have any. So I'm going to track. It shouldn't be epically hard to find a case of 2021 old stock. But I'm going to find it and I'll pick it back up. So that is, yeah, that's why you haven't seen one of those. Simo, what's going on, homie? Hopefully everything's doing okay over there in the UK. Yeah. Time to wake up. Hey, man, never been one of your live chats today, but I really respect your work and all the way you're talking on. Just give great work. Thanks. Anyway. So yeah, hanging with the kiddo has been super cool. Outside of that, it's been a lot of work. I'm not going to talk about my work a ton. It's just super fulfilling, awesome workplace, and well, it can be stressful. It was weird because we went bowling, like I said, with that family, Frankie. I was talking to his father, who my wife and Frankie's mom are the one who connected. So me and the father have interacted before. We never actually sat down and had a long form conversation. And typically, when you go with a long form conversation, it's almost always, what do you do? How's your work? All that stuff. And we kind of talk back and forth about our work. And I realize how lucky I am, the workplace I'm in. So work has been absolutely fantastic. Outside of that, it's been a lot of cool stuff going on. Beer's been coming in from like, I don't see, I'm getting a lot more beer mails are starting to get more frequent, but more frequent from breweries. Like, I used to get beer mails from viewers probably about once every week or two. When I did my beer reset and I stopped doing beer reviews much, and then kind of picked it back up, and then kind of slowly, I do a couple reviews a week instead of several a week. It kind of slowed down a lot. Plus, I'm really bad with getting back to people as far as comments and stuff. So, I had some, Firestone Walker set off some beer. I had some several different breweries sent some stuff off. OEC just reached out to me and sent some stuff off. I have some really cool breweries that are close to me, or I should say are distributing close to me now that I typically couldn't get. For example, I just did a bunch of Bissell stuff this week as far as reviews. Those will go up shortly. And it's been really a cool time to be in beer. A really weird time, too, because, like lager's taken off like crazy. So I've been drinking a crap ton of lager. Right now I'm drinking one of the Schilling Jacobus, sorry, I believe is how you say it. I'm going to post this review shortly. I reviewed it tonight. I'm actually drinking it right now. And just getting a ton of different lagers, which is great. But I know I've mentioned this in previous. That's funny. Last beer chiming in. Cheers, drinking Thomas Hardy Ale 2024. Thomas Hardy Ale is the best beer in the history of mankind, but my 2 cents, it's got to be old as fuck. I love it. I like it new, but in a couple of the newer ones been really great. But man, the old ones, the ones from like the early aughts, late teens, are so good. But it's funny. Last beer says picked up Swish Silver, really good. Actually, I reviewed 2 beers tonight. One was that Jacobus. The other one was Swish Silver. Horrible name for a beer. Sounds like a a Coors product, but a fantastic beer. So that review will actually be going up shortly. Listen, Roka, good morning to you, but never too early for a beer, brother. Never too early. Anyway, so yeah, cool beer stuff coming in. Have a bunch of different stuff going on, and I'm going to a beer festival. And that's kind of weird. I don't do beer festivals. It's one of those things where I don't know. I just don't do beer festivals. The last beer festival I went to was pre-pandemic, I think. Shelton Brothers Festival, I think it was. And yeah, I'm going to go to Human Robots Log Jamming this year. So on June 7th in Philly proper, I'm going to be on the log jamming. And I can't tell you, man, I'm super pumped. I'm super pumped to be going to a Lagerfest. This festival is kind of like a seed planted in my head and a couple of people's head by Joe ex NAPA beer review Joe, who's actually a brewer now. He works at Levante Brewing out of Philly. You see him in a lot of the Beer Tube Palooza videos. He at Beer Tube Palooza was like, oh man, we should all do log jamming. Well, should all do log jamming. And I was like, I'm down. And the tickets went on sale, and I'm like, fuck it. I bought VIP. I'm like, I'm going. I haven't even told my wife yet, but she's not gonna care. I just bought them, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna rip some beers, lagers in Philly, June 7th, man. So if you're in Philly, I know last beer that's your John. Let's come on, log jam. Let's rip some beers together. I will be down on June 7th. So even after the festival, if you want to rip some beers, let me know. And we'll be doing a whole bunch of fun stuff down there. Yeah, Monks. When I went down to Philly for a Beer Tube Palooza in fall, we did Monks. We did Monks for breakfast, actually. So eating a burger for breakfast. Well, our breakfast, which is 10. I think they open 11 a.m., 10 a.m. or something like that. Burger for breakfast and a bunch of. We were drinking. What was I drinking? I was drinking a bunch. Oh, they had. There was the first time they had Dre Fontaine on draft. I had some of that, but it was mostly. De La Seine lagers is what I was ripping for breakfast, which is awesome. I got so much stuff to say, and there's a bunch of comments, so really awesome people stopping by. Krister, I don't know what a super stick, $5 super sticker. I don't even know what that means, but thanks. Not affiliated with anything. Fair enough. Josh, what's going on, homie? He said, drank a 2008 Hardy's recently, picked up a 2024 and a Hardy's Age in French Oak, also 2024. Fun stuff. That's very cool. The 2028 was awesome. It's probably one of those little itty bitty bottles, right? Little pony bottles. Those are really good. And last beer saying my bottle shop did a collab with Little Willow called Party Time. Did a review yesterday. Okay, Little Willow. I like Little Willow's beers, man. They're actually really, really cool. So yeah, I'm interested to see what that's all about. Cheers, Krister. Last week, Human Robot. Shout out to Philly. Like I said, come rip some beers. Keep it funky. And Dank, cheers, homie. How you doing? Monks, Krister, nice. And Andrew W. Big bummer to see Tornado, closing. Have you been to Monks in Philly? I'm possibly heading to the East Coast this summer and wonder if it's worth hitting up. I mean, yes. Yes. It's absolutely 100% worth hitting up if you like those kind of beers. You know what I mean? Like, Monks is kind of like a bucket list place for a lot of beer drinkers. But if you all you're into is like hazies and stuff like that, it might not be the best stop. They have them, but for example, they had some 2006 Hardy's. We were just talking about. They had a couple bottles there. A decent price. I think they wanted like $50, $60 for it, which honestly at a restaurant for that kind of beer is not that expensive. But if you're into those kind of beers, Belgian beers, Euro beers, those things like that, or even West Coast IPA. Now you're saying Tornado closing out. I think you might be a West Coaster if you're talking about Tornado, or they usually have like Russian River on draft, all that kind of stuff. So it's worth it. But there's so much good in Philly, from Human Robot. God, I don't want to name all the names. It's a Human Robot, honestly. Best place to go, regardless. So yes, it's worth it. And the food's really, really, really good too. Uh, Schlenkerler Lent beer earlier, I assume, is what last beer was saying. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Schlenkerler is fantastic. Actually, I have one of my favorite Schlenkerler things. I've talked about this before. Where is it? So Schlenkerler is imported into in the United States by a brewery called OBC. More specifically, they're imported in the United States by an importer called Be United. Okay, Be United is out of Connecticut. They do all the importing of Schlenkerler. So if you get Schlenkerler in bottles, it's from Schlenkerler. Okay, if you get Schlenkerler in cans, which I believe the Lent beer only comes in cans, it's actually, they do a really cool thing. What Be United does is they actually import a tanker, like a tank, huge, like you see the huge milk tanks that are in the back of like a semi truck that transport liquid, like something like that, full of the Schlenkerler beer. They bring it to the United States and they can it here in the United States. It's a very cool thing. So Be United brings in a bunch of different beers from a bunch of different breweries. They have their own brewery called OEC. OEC, fantastic brewery, does a bunch of bonkers beers. I actually talked about them earlier in the stream. They actually reached out last night. One of the people that worked there and be like, you haven't done an OEC in a while. Let's send you some stuff. This is my favorite Schlenkerler thing I've ever bought. Schlenkerler liquor. It's basically it's Rausch beer, Schlenkerler Rausch beer distillate. So they basically made an 80 proof. So it's 40% alcohol. So it's an 80 proof alcohol made from Schlenkerler Rausch beer, which is one of my favorite things that I own. So as you can see, I actually share a lot. I haven't drank that all myself. Brought this couple of beer tube blues. Is one of my favorite Schlenkerler offerings. But yeah, the Lent beer is great. It's probably, honestly, the Lent beer and just their base Helles is some of the most chuggable, drinkable stuff in the universe. Josh, man, the comments are coming. I can't even get through. It's been this long. I'm rusty when it comes to live streams. Let's see. New bottles are 80BDQ. Got them in day what? Got them in one day. What? They actually make the big bottles and the mini bottles with the new ones too. When they actually, I rarely write breweries and ask them for beer, but when Hardy's was coming out, and I knew they were coming back because they didn't exist from 2000. And you can actually go watch his review too. They didn't exist from 2008 to 2016. 2008, they stopped production. 2016, well, a little bit before that, obviously, because they had to brew it. An Italian distributor bought the rights to the recipe and started brewing it again. I found it, and I literally wrote them, listen, Hardy's is my favorite thing. Where can I get this? I need some of this. Didn't know where to buy it, with the illusion like, hey, just fucking send me some. And they sent me some, and they was in bigger bottles. So I want to say, I know the new anniversary bottles came in itty bitties, and I think the barrel aged ones come in itty bitties too. But they've always been back and forth between the pint bottles and the itty bitty bottles. Milk tubes. Hell yeah, fuck the world. Andrew W., Wisconsin, but like you said, kind of a beer nerd OG bucket list place. Yeah, I mean, if you're in Wisconsin, you like New Glarus and the stuff that they do and all that kind of stuff. It's got to be. I mean, if you're in Philly, beer stuff in Philly. It's got to be up there. It's number one, right? Some people say Tired Hands. I mean, for me right now, my go-to list when I went to Philly this last time, not that I've been amongst previously, it was Human Robot, and it was Monks. I have to go to those two places. That's where my loyalties lie. I went to a bunch of other places, went to a couple beer bars, went to a couple other breweries, but those are two, like, I gotta goes. And, if you're into beers outside of just hazies, it's absolutely worth going there. Went to Toronto on a layover in San Fran a few years back. Very cool. Last beer chiming in saying, got 2 Anchorage beers to review, Blessed and Suffer. Not cheap, $55 a bottle. Yeah. I mean, Anchorage stuff is it is what it is. You pay that price premium for their stuff. It's weird. I can get them, all of them, super close to where I live. Like, I don't know if they, if they're the PA distributor of Anchorage, but there's a distributor close to me called Stockertown Beverage. They're like 25 minutes away from me. They're in the middle of nowhere, but they handle a lot. They're the Pennsylvania importer of Cantillon, Three Fontaine, like De La Seine, Fantôme. Like they get all this crazy old school stuff. And they have like all this crazy stuff, and they started doing Anchorage not too long ago, and I think they might be the PA importer. Like basically they have the rights in basically my area, PA. So they have a shelf full of all the Anchorage stuff. It can get pricey. There's one bottle there. It was like $1.20. I forget what it was, but we got it. A group of us bought it for our friend Steven, but they have everything from them, which is kind of crazy. Craig Wagner, what's up, man? What's going on, homie? I've been checking out your channel for years. Where has the time gone? I don't fucking know, dude. Look at this beard, man. I'm gray as fuck. Wow, Schlenkerler liquor sounds insane. It is. It is insane. Indy, stupid autocrat. Okay, Indy, fair enough. I wonder what you're saying when you're up there. What? In Indy. Okay, I gotcha. Do you like anything from the left coast? On the left, oh yeah, I love left coast beer. Russian River stuff, great. Abbey stuff, great. North Coast is one of my favorite beers. We're sitting here talking about Thomas Hardy. Honestly, I think a 10 to 15-year-old North Coast old stock is very similar to Thomas Hardy as far as flavor profile once it gets to that age. West Coast, I mean, I can go on and on. You know, I'm saying about it. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many great West Coast, left coast breweries. You know, new school ones, or if you want to talk about Monkish or North Park and all, anything, I don't know. They're absolutely fantastic. Would love to share 91 Thomas Hardy with you. Fuck yeah. Out in North New Jersey or in Bond, please. I can do that. Write me, brother. I'll bring the Schlenkerler liquor. We'll do a swap. We'll do a little 91 Hardy with a little sidecar of Schlenkerler liquor. I think that's doable, and I'm green for either. I mean, the only thing that sucks if we did it at Bond Place, then we'd have to give some to Sam and Gina and all those people. So yeah, anyway. No, seriously, reach out, man. massivebeers@gmail.com or adamassivebeers.com, whatever. Let me know what's what. We can hook up. I don't know where you live. I'm in North Jersey. I'm a cool dude. I won't murder you. But thank you very much for even offering. That's very, very cool. Let's see. Chris, that's nice. Cam, what's going on, Cam? Hey, Matt, hope all's well. Everything's well. We'll see how well it is on Tuesday. You know what I'm talking about. Saka. Let's see. Last beer is like, I like stuff from Halfway Crooks out of Georgia. Do a lot of traditional stuff. I've had a couple beers from Halfway Crooks, but I haven't had a ton of them. So I don't know. You know, I don't know the kind of their whole jam, but I'm always down. Fuck yeah. Craig says, love smoke beers, bro. It slays me. I mean, honestly, if you're going to talk about anything getting its due as of late, it's smoked beers, dude. Like, it seems like crazy the amount of smoked beers that exist now, you know? And it's everybody makes one. I mean, they don't all make great ones, but everybody makes one, and it's just bonkers how prevalent they are nowadays. Like, I just went to this shirt I picked up a week ago because I bought this prepackaged thing from Alternate Ending Brewing. Oh, sorry, that thing. And they had like two different smoke beers, lagers. I mean, they're lager centric, but so many people do smoke beers, and a lot of people do great ones. So it's a weird world to live in right now. I'm drinking Coronado. There you go. Coronado, man. I have not had a Coronado beer. I want to see 10 years. I used to do a radio show, like an FM radio show in northeastern Pennsylvania about beer. And the shtick of the whole show is like we would interview someone from the brewery, typically a brewer, but sometimes the owner, and they would send off beers and we would drink. It's a regular radio show, so we would drink, you know, for the first, 10 minutes, so some of their beers. It was half an hour show, or no, an hour show, 15 minutes. And then we take a commercial break, and then the next 15 minutes was like interviewing the brewer while drinking their beers, and then break, and then 15 minutes to close and drink their beers. And that's the last time I had a Coronado beer. I'm great friends with Sam. Sam is the nicest dude. Like, if I'm going to break down like the nicest dude in all of beer, it's Sam. It's got to be, right? Like, genuinely, him and Gina are just super, and everybody at Bomb is fucking the best. Even Kevin, like when I went to, so you, if you know Sam, you probably know Kev, and Kev was a bartender, beer tender. He's starting his own brewery called Requiem Beer Project. Um, uh, and when I went down to Human Robot late last year, he was bartending and we had a blast. I haven't seen him in a long time, but yeah, I mean, but Sam is just good peeps, man. Like genuinely good people. Like, such a good dude. Such a good dude. LOL from Krister. Can you take a break? Can you break that down for me in layman terms? One suggestion. I don't know what you're asking me to break down because you're just getting there. I'm just getting your comment. That's probably from a comment before. Jay Harris Paris says, "You're the man." Well, thank you. Every time I see Zombie Dust, it's an insta buy. I'm not a big Zombie Dust guy. Like, I'm not going to sit here, like, talk about how Zombie Dust. Honestly, like, I dig it, but I'm not going to wax poetic about it. Last year says, just starting to get alternate ending, had a Chucklehead 2.0, picked up Gigawatts. We haven't had it yet. So up here, we have, talking about smoke beers. You guys can't see it. I have a shelf up here that I put empties. I don't put all my empties up there. The ones that I really love that I review. So when I get to the end of the year, if I do a best of, I know what they are. Fodor Smoked Lager. Willie's Gold. If those that don't know, alternate ending, all their beers have something to do with movies. They're an old movie theater, hence the Willie's Gold from. Why am I blanking on it? The movie with the shuffle chuckle. Anyway, Goonies. And then if you see last year, we talk about Chucklehead picked up Gigawatts. Gigawatts is obviously Back to the Future. But yes, alternate absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. Jay Harris says, Requiem for a beer. There you go. Nice song. She's replying the song. And then how about the season Arsenal's having? Well, let's talk about it. It's disappointing. It's a very disappointing Arsenal season this year. Again, we're still in Champions League. Underdogs going to Madrid. We'll see how. We'll see what happens. I'm very optimistic, but the brutal amount of injuries that Arsenal sustained this year is just absolutely bonkers. So, and Gabby just went down, and lost Kai Havertz and Jesus, and I mean, it's just been ridiculous. So, for us to even be second place, hi Taco. There's Taco for everybody who wants to know about Taco. Hey, bud. What are you doing? Say hi to the camera. Come here. Come here. You don't want to say hi to everybody? Come here. Come in. Come here. Up. Up. He's weird. Anyway, but yeah, it's been an insane season. I mean, there's still a chance at Champions League, which is crazy. If you gave me the choice of the Premier League or Champions League at the beginning of the year, I'd probably choose Champions League just because we've never won it and we've won the Premier League. I'm part of the team. Yeah, it's been a crazy season. Love them to the day I die. But man, yeah, it's been a year. It's been a year. Let's put it that way. I'll be your Huckleberry. Actually, alternate ending is a great spot. Excellent food and beers on a spot. Love going there. Yeah, it's just if they weren't that far for me, I would go there way more often. Goonies sequel. Right there, I'm making one right. J. Harris Paris, not that disappointing. Could be Spurs. Well, true. I mean, I could also be at Porto Potty. So, I saw that Inferno beer at the bottle shop yesterday. Yeah, honestly, if you like photo smoked or if you like smoked beers, very much Schlenkerler Hellesy, but different. Very, very cool. Hey, Taco. Picture this. Snowy day, you got a fireplace lit. Man. I'm going to... This is crazy. I didn't this is an impromptu kind of like live thing, and I didn't expect that many people to kind of pop on. So I appreciate everybody stopping by. Uh, oh, I see. I was like, what are you talking about? Okay. Picture this. It's a snowy day and you got a fireplace lit. Which one are you choosing? Robust Porter, Everett, or Rausch beer? Both. Both. Why, I can only have one or the other? I'd start with the Robust Porter and I move on into Rausch beer. I think I'd do that. I'm not going to have just one beer. Come on. Come on. What else is going on? Holy shit. That was a barrage of comments. I'm messing with my shed again. For those that I don't know if you notice, things are a little bit different. Like this, my fridge used to be back there. I put it here because there's this. It used to be right here, this area. And I want to turn. I'm actually going to put it in like a bathroom. I want to. I don't know if I'm going to put it in like a small little, like just a urinal or something, whatever. Because, and I say, and the word's disgusting. So, but it was just like I don't like to go outside to pee. In the summer, it's crazy. The bugs in the winter with the snow and stuff like that. And I'm like trudging through snow and mud and chicken poop and all that kind of stuff. So I'm moving stuff around. So I got the fridge over here. The most annoying things about moving stuff is that now I have to change everything. So this is super annoying because the door swings towards me, which I can't get in here really. So now I have to like move the door to the other side, which means I have to empty this out, flip it on its side. Well, first world problems. Everything else is relative, same. A nice, sweet Metal Gear Rex for those that don't know that is right there. And just rejiggered some stuff around. I love my goddamn shed. I put in you probably see it right there, a Gable fan. So I am not wealthy by any stretch of imagination. I'm a normal dude. And my electric bills in here have gotten fucking insane. It has a lot to do with just, shit just costing more. But heating this place during the winter wasn't super bad. My brother-in-law technically uses my energy for his studio. He has a studio in the barn. This energy comes from the barn, so I pay for his studio, whatever. But man, it started to get super pricey. So it gets like oppressively hot in here during the summer. To the point where like if it gets to 80 degrees in here, it'll be 100, or 80 degrees outside, it'll be 100 degrees in here. So I had to like rip the AC. Now my shed isn't complete yet. It seems complete, but there's I still have to run like proper electrical in here. I'm still feeding off electricity from the barn. I'm still going to be through the barn, but an actual sub panel and all that stuff. Anyway, I'm working off extension cords essentially. So I have to use like a window AC unit. So it's very inefficient. So I finally said, screw it, and I put in a Gable fan. For those that don't know what a Gable fan is, it's basically a fan that goes outside. And basically it helps mediate the heat in here and, basically sucks the hot air out. I put that in a week ago. And it's like my life has changed with this goddamn fan. Like, it's like if it's 75 degrees outside and I have that fan on, it's 75 degrees in here. Like it just doesn't get any hotter than the ambient temperature, which would be great once I actually, get everything going. That's actually, it adds to the longevity of the shed. And I don't have a ridge vent on it. I kind of have a half ridge vent on this, so it'll add to the longevity of the shed. So doing a bunch of stuff in here, maximizing space, getting everything ready. You guys never see all this shit that's in front of me. And I got my little like nerdery kind of cockpit set up with all my fun stuff. So I've been working on that. Let's get back to comments before we get too crazy. Sung says fair play. When I said 2 beers, I'll drink both of them. Last beer said Floodlands is one of my bucket list breweries. Only put out a few beers a year, all mixed from a brewer from Holy Mountain. So if you would like some Floodlands beers, reach out to me. I don't have any. I know somebody that I could put you in contact with. They probably won't rake you over to Kohl's. They won't rake you over to Kohl's. They'll probably almost be like, oh, there's stuff by you I want. Just send me some stuff and I'll send you some Floodlands. Like, it'll be that easy, dude. If you want some, let me know. I can get you some. My bottle shops aren't interesting as they used to be. I know why. Okay. A little cryptic. Yes. Have to get on a mailing list to get a chance to get their beers. I'm telling you, dude. Yeah. Does it work? Trust me, I know. And Patrick Dennison, that is New Pub Shed and a Few Pints is the video. What are you referencing? Okay. I will look that up, brother. Patrick Dennison. Andrew. I'm trying to see I'm looking back in the comments to see if you I don't remember you referencing it. Anyway, I'll look it up anyway. Higher up in the comments. I'll look. I'm not going to sit here and just go whatever, but I will definitely check that out. New Pub Shed toilet and a few pints. Okay. 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 Referencing me putting a bathroom in here. Fair enough. That would be great. Love to try some of their stuff. Yeah, like I said, I mean, the guy. So what happened is that like I want to say like in 2016 or 17, I went to Whole Farmstead Festival Farmhouse Ales. Yeah, messaged me on Instagram. I see your message, and the dude came out to me. He's like, hey man, he's like, just want to know. He's like, I watch channel, blah blah blah. And we got chatting. He's like, yeah man. He's like, I live like right down the street from Floodland. If you ever want any of their stuff, let me know. And I feel weird about it, asking people for stuff, but we became, friends. We're not like texting each other all day, but we chat back and forth on Instagram all the time. And he said on multiple occasions, you ever want anything, just let me know. I'm sure if I just gave him your info and be like, hey, this kid I know is looking for, sorry, kid, I call everybody kid, guy I'm looking for in Philly was looking for some stuff. I'm sure it'll be as simple as like, you live in Philly, I would love some of this, I'd love some of that. I know he's a loggerhead, so maybe Human Robots on his radar. I mean, that's what he would love. I don't know. But yeah, shoot me a message on Instagram. Let's see. Where's my Biggie shirt? My Biggie shirt still exists. I wear it. You know what? How do I say this? In my older age, I've become, what's the word I'm looking for? So before I met my wife, I was rather poor, by typical standards. I lived a nomadic lifestyle, and I just kind of just like exist. And, I worked at a tattoo shop for 18 years. I lived in a different mentality. So I just didn't buy the shirts. I would just buy stuff every now and then. Now I have disposable income, and I live by the mantra: if I see a shirt, I know buy it. I'm not waiting. I'm not. That's a cool T-shirt, and I used to hem and haw and go, I don't know if I want to spend money. Now I'm like, no, you buy it. So now I have like, even though it seems like I probably wear the same 5 shirts over and over, I have like a ton of T-shirts. So it's just not. It's in a deeper rotation. So yeah, I love my Biggie shirt. It is comfortable. I've worn the crap out of it, so maybe it's a little bit kind of like I want it to live longer, so I'm not wearing it as much. But yeah. Craig's like, the death of Hazy IPA are upon us. Thoughts on the next new shelf stuffer? I don't think the death of the Hazy is upon us. Do you? I don't think it's dying. I don't think Hazy IPA is dying. I love it. I'll drink the shit out of it. I just think the idea that you can make anything in people buy it is dying. That's what I think. So craft beer, a couple of things happened. That the movement of people towards not shit that's not as horrible for them. Like Hazy IPA is really bad for you. So just beer in general, but Hazy IPA, adjunct stout, really bad for you. Seltzer, not so much. Cider, not so much. So people moving away, And then it used to be a fucking free-for-all print money thing. There are so many breweries popped up that just made shit. Like they made beer and they made a ton of money, and it didn't matter if the beer was good or not. Not the case anymore. So I think a lot of breweries that are kind of shuttering are just places that didn't make good stuff. And then, if I look at the shelves now, I think my availability for Hazy IPA is just so easy. Like it used to be hard to get good Hazy IPA. Right now, I mean, sure, sometimes I'm paying a premium, but sure, right now, I think within 20 minutes, within a 20-minute ride. And keep in mind, I live in the middle of nowhere. So my 20-minute ride is more like a 6-minute ride for people. 20-minute ride, I can get Alchemist, Trillium, Bissell, Other Half, Kane, Toppling Goliath. Like, it goes on and on. Like, those things are just, and they're fresh. They're a month old, or a little older, a little less. They're refrigerated. Like, it's like, it seems like I could just get whatever I want, whenever I want. And it's still pretty relevant. Now, if you're going to talk about what is the new shelf stuffer, I mean, it's not going to be lager, but lager's come a long effing way, man. There's a lot of people making good lager now. So you're seeing, and you drink a bunch of them. That's one of my things. I'm team low ABV. I have been for forever. And I just love, if I want to drink a beer, I want to drink a couple beers. I don't want to drink one beer. So, it's one of those things where, lagers kind of fill in a void. And you have places like, Notch, Sacred Profane, you have Schilling, you have all these lager breweries, Jack's Abbey, OG. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's just becoming a thing where you can just exist in lager world, which is very cool. Outside of that, I don't know, man. It seems like slushy beers are kind of dying. I'd say they're dying more than anything else. I will say this, though, and it goes back to last beer's kind of talk about Floodland. I can't drink really a lot of mixed culture beer anymore for personal reasons. I'm allergic to something, and there's something in mixed culture / Foder beers that if it hits the right way, I have an allergic reaction. It's not going to kill me, but it hurts a lot. And I got to take a fistful of Benadryl. I'm straight. Like, I'm not going to die or anything, but it sucks. So where I just don't mess with them. Like, for example, me and Sung were talking about Sam from Bomb Place. If I drink a Foder beer from Bomb Place Brewing, I'm done. Like, their Foder just lights me up like a candle, man. I am in a bad way. So a lot of these cool mixed culture beers, like like the Floodlands, or anybody does like Foder beers and mixed culture beers, I can't risk it nowadays. And I think that would be the shelf stuffer if I could drink them. Now, I still drink them from time to time, just because I love them. I think they're fantastic. They just don't like me. It's a crapshoot too. It's not like everyone does it. It's just certain specific breweries, mixed culture, and certain breweries, Foders do it. Like I said, I know Bond does it. Same thing with, oddly enough, that allergic reaction. I get the same thing from Hot Wings. I still don't know what the connection is. But like for the other day, I was dying for wings. My work had after work dinner for everybody, all the employees and stuff. And we went to this cool pizza place out in, if anybody ever wants to have fun pizza and food, there's a place called the Goat Pub and Pie. It's in Stockertown, PA. We went there, and it was fit. The whole company came. There was 50 people, so we just ordered crazy amounts of shit. And there was wings. I'm like, fucking, I'm eating. I ate like 4 wings, and I'm like, here we go. I'm gonna die. Nothing happened. I was like, I can eat these wings, so I can drink some, I can eat some, but I don't know which one to which. So anyway, Andrew saying maybe it's this beer for you. I'm a British guy who it's a British guy with a YouTube channel. He had a pub shed and made a video of how you added a tiny bathroom. I don't know. I'll have to check. I'll check it, dude. Thank you. Nice. Are you going to Hill Farm Says festivals this year? I am not. I just can't get out, man. I just can't. Like, not that I can't. If I bought a ticket, if I can get a ticket, and I said, hey, I'm going to go to Hill Farm Festival this weekend. I'll be gone Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm like, oh, cool. Have fun. Like, it's not like she's like, don't go. I don't want to spend that much time away from my kids, and that's a lot of travel, and I'm old, and I'm lazy. So like I said earlier, I'm going to the Philly Log Jam and Lagerfest. That's the only festival I'm going to be doing so far this year. I'm sure I will go to a couple more. I kind of have that on my not bucket list, but my calendar this year to go to a couple more festivals, good ones, but they'll probably be tri-state area local stuff. Matt needs a beer bowl. I remember that. I seen you drink out of the beer bowl. I remember that beer bowl. Krister, are you spoiled? I'm absolutely spoiled. Maybe it's time to have some other beer style take limelight for a while. I mean, I'm game for whatever. Listen, you do you. if Rausch beer, if what's the weirdest beer that could, what's the weirdest beer that could become ultra popular? What's the French beer? Beer de Garde. If Beer de Garde became the most popular beer style in the world, I wouldn't hate it. I'm just saying, I love what I love. I love that my things that I love still exist. Picked up Sacred Profane Smoked Pale Lager. Fantastic. Yeah, they make great stuff. What does that mean? I don't know. Oh, my buddy's wife like that. She gets flushed. Could be a histamine. Yeah, it is. It is, but I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's a part of a. I think it's actually a spice, because I don't know why I'm getting it in wings and Foder beers. I'm thinking there's kind of sort of had a hint that it might be allspice. So the reason why I say Foder beers is because, Foder beers are typically a living organism. You're going to put a beer in there. Sometimes you put spices or some kind of adjunct into the Foder, so when it brews, so it can still have that going on with it. So I'm actually, oddly enough, Sung and I were talking about Sam from Bomb Place. When I went to Bomb Place, and I told Sam about how I had this allergic reaction to his Foder beers, he went ballistic in the sense that he's like, I need to figure out what it is. I need to figure out why this is doing this to you. And we spent like an hour trying to figure out why I was getting this allergic reaction. We didn't, but yeah, there you go. Thanks to Acidic Matt. Would be relevance between wings and funkies. Yeah, that too, but I don't think so, because I've had some crazy acidic stuff in my life and it's never really bothered me. It's definitely an allergic reaction. And I'll put it this way. So if I have an allergic reaction, it's and maybe somebody out there knows better than me. So if I drink the beer or I eat the wing, I'm done. And 20, 30 minutes go by, then I have the allergic reaction. It's a delayed response. That's why it's like weird for me. Like, so when I have a Foder beer, so if I review a Foder beer, I review it. Typically what I do with a beer review is I'll sit down and review a beer, and then when I'm done, I drink the beer after I'm done reviewing it. With these Foder beers, I'll review it and I'll put it off the side and I'll wait a half an hour, 45 minutes. And if I don't feel weird, then I'll drink the rest of it. Same thing, like I could do that with wings. I could eat one and then wait an hour. Like, it doesn't hit me right away is what I'm trying to say. So I don't know what it is. The goat is outstanding. Detroit style pizza. What's going on, Will? Yeah, the goat's pretty awesome. It's like 8 minutes away from my work. And my workplace is fantastic. A lot of times they'll take the whole company out for dinner after work, open bar, order whatever you want, kind of thing. And we've been to the goat 3 times in the past month and a half. So yeah. Don't read my comments after the fact. Okay, I'm having a hard time keeping up. Like, I'm rusty. I had asthma and allergies, and find a certain beer style food caused me to get in a really tight chested and feel generally not great. It's kind of what it is. The best way I can describe it is the inside is like prickly. It's like I'm being stabbed by a billion little sharp knives. That's kind of what it feels like. I'll destroy you on the log ballad stig. What's going on, Vanessa? What's your go-to shelfie beer? Miller High Life. Like, honestly, I always have Miller High Life in my. So this is what I do. My shelfie beers are this, and I'm gonna sit there like tonight. I'm gonna do this chat. Probably do it for another 10, 15 minutes or so. And I'm gonna cut out. I'm addicted to PGA Tour 2K25 golf. If anybody wants to play and destroy me, let me know, because that's what I'm gonna do after this. So I'm gonna hang up here, and then I'm gonna go play some golf, video golf, computer golf. Anyway, so if I'm gonna play computer golf, I'm gonna probably have a couple of beers. And this is how my like standard beer drinking goes. I'll drink a Miller Lite. Then I'll drink a craft lager typically. I have the Jacobus from Schilling. I might have another one of those. And I like something dark. So it's either going to be like right now in my fridge, I have Von Trapp Dunkel. And that's a staple for me. And Troegs Little Nader, which is their like kind of like their Maibach, I guess you would say. That's kind of like a regular shelfie beer for me. And then a regular, they don't have a hazy, and that'll be it. And my shelfie hazies are low ABV hazies. Cane Sneak Box is like, honestly, like just always on point, forever and ever from other half sub 5%. I don't think I have any other kind of like. You know what? I'll say this: I will keep a decent amount of Bourbon County. When I'm feeling hot and bothered, I want to have a beer. I'll crack a Bourbon County, and typically a bottle of Bourbon County will last me like if I'll open it and drink it over a day or two. It's not something I just chug and rip down. Um, let's see. Vanessa, allergic to redwood, cedar, and mesquite. Handle it. Yeah, it's weird. Um, it isn't a gallbladder issue. I don't know. Is it? Could it be? It's literally just those things. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not good at that. Hey, Simo. And then I'll be in London for 10 days with Munich Kicker Quick in and out visit. Need some English brew recommendations. I don't know about London, man. I'll be in London for 10 days. I mean, the one cool thing I will say about this, I would actually jump on some of the English dudes channels and ask them for recommendations. I can't speak highly enough of Rob from Hopzine. He's probably my favorite English brew tuber. There's Real Ale Guide. You check out him too. The craft beer channel guys are great, but Rob from Hopzine is fantastic. Who else, man? There's so many. God, Craig from Kent Beer Reviews. There's a bunch of good English guys. I would chime in on them. The cool thing about London, a lot of so the cool thing about Europe, I should say, or England in general, is that you don't have to buy 4-packs. Everything's singles, and you can get a lot of beers from breweries at other breweries. Like for example, think about think about Bond. Let's say you went to Bond Place and they had a bunch of fridge full of cans. They would have cans from Trillium or all other breweries throughout the country that you can buy. Also, that's a big thing in Europe. They have web shops with other people beers in it, so you can do a lot of stuff. There's a lot of hype breweries. The Colonel, Cloudwater. Is it Cloudwater, right? There's a bunch of really good ones, but even Simo here, if you want to check him out, I'm going to be back in a sec, guys. I think my kid's calling me. Hold on 1 second, okay? Hey. Oh, okay. My kid My kid wanted me to teach him how to shoot spider with a Nerf gun. There you go. So that's what happened right there. Um, let's see. Head out. Enjoyed the show. Thank you very much for stopping by, Krister. Simo, well, if you're in London, check out. There you. That's what I'm saying. Um, yeah, these guys don't know what the score is. Simo, everybody will know better than I will. Infinitely, what better to do in London? Yeah, Craig from Kent Beer, he put you in the right direction. Knowledgeable and lovely both. Kent is, yeah, Craig from Kent Beer Reviews is just a genuinely awesome dude. So yeah, definitely hit him up. You know, tell him, be like, oh, I watched this asshole called Matt from Massive Beer Reviews, and he'll hook you up and show you the right way. So, dude, yeah, I don't even know what else to say other than I am fucking amazed by everybody stopping by and having a fantastic time. You know, thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming by. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to skip out. It's been an hour. I wanted to do an hour. Been on here for an hour. And everybody, like I said, last year, reach out to me and I'll try to hook you up with my dude in Floodland. Let's see, Sung, reach out to me. Let's rip some Hardee's and some Schlenkeler liquor. Everybody, man. If you're when we're in Philly for the festival, definitely last year we should hook up some beers and all that fun stuff. So thank you very much for stopping by. I had some other subjects I don't even know. Oh, Kids Parks. If anybody out there knows Kids Parks that I should go to with my kid this summer, please let me know. I'm looking for, I know like Legoland in New York. I know Knoebels in PA. I'm looking for the DL stuff. If you know cool places to take a 4 to 5 year old, let me know. And there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this live stream that I jumped on. Hopefully you're enjoying your life and having a great summer or spring into summer. Hopefully we hook up in real life and hope to see you next time. Cheers, y'all. Thanks for everybody for stopping by. Peace.